Alright, so I wanted to talk a little bit about the steps for finding greatest common factor. And we're going to have three main steps. So our first method we talked about in class was simply just by factoring. And this really is the one that explains what greatest common factor means the most. Okay, so if I had, for example, two numbers, if I had 18 and I had 24, and I wanted to find the greatest common factor, so it's the factor, the biggest number that both of these have in common as a factor, I would do that following the steps that I have. Again, everyone should have in their notes from today steps for all of them. So for we're going to follow these ones. List all the factors for each number. And I'm going to start with 1 to make sure I get all of the factors. So I have 18. I could do 1, and I'm going to think the factor pair. 1 and 18. Then go to 2. 2 and 9. 3. I could do 3 and 6. 4. Can't divide by 4. 5. No. 6. Oh, I've already got 6 here. So if I'm starting at 1 and working my way up, once I hit a number that I already have, then I'll know I've found all of them. Then I would list all the factors for the other number, 24. I have 1 and 24. Let's see, 2. I could do 2 and 12. 3. I could do 3 and 8. 4 and 6. 5. No, 6. Oh, I've already got 6 here, so I know I've got all of them now. So, let me just put this as GCF. So now the second step I said was to rewrite them in order from least to greatest. Now we could just look at both these lists and say what's the biggest number that is in both lists, and we probably could find it. But if we order them from least to greatest, we have a better chance of making sure we find it, because there might be more than one number they have in common. If we're working with really large numbers, we might have a really long list of factors. So if we write them out from least to greatest, we'll make sure we don't miss any. So I'd rewrite, I have 18, I have 1, I'm going to cross them out as I use it, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. So now I've listed all of the factors from 18 from least to greatest. Now I have 24, so I'm going to do 1, and you'll notice it kind of skips. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I have 6, 8, 12, and 24. So now I've listed all the factors for both these numbers. Now if I did have a number, say for example if my number was something like 36, then I know that one of my factors would be 6. I would only have to write 6 down once, because it doesn't matter how many times you have it, we're just looking for something that's in common. So if I look at both these lists, I'm looking for the biggest number they both have in common. They both have 1, but there's something bigger. Both have 2, get bigger, 3, 6 is in both, 9, 18. So it looks like 6 is the largest one. So I have that in both. So I could say my GCF, my greatest common factor for the numbers 18 and 24 equals 6. So that's how we find it, by just factoring. Now we could put a third number in there, and we would do the same thing. We would just write out the factors for that third number, and then we'd have to find a number that was in all three of them. Okay, so that's finding GCF by factoring.